Yeah, I thought we got off to a good start. We had opportunities there in those first 13 minutes where I think the game was still kind of tied. I thought we had some good opportunities to get a little bit more of a lead than what we had, and we didn't take advantage of those. And then fouls really got us tonight. We didn't do a good enough job of defensively moving our feet and getting our hands up, and we fouled. And when foul trouble struck, they took full advantage of that in the post. And there was some defensive things assignment-wise. We didn't do a great job. I didn't do a great job with adjustments, and they just really kind of kicked our butt inside. So, made a good run second half, but it's just to come back from that and sustain it, we didn't sustain it well enough. But you got to give credit to South Dakota State. I think their game plan was to really go inside at us, and I thought they did a heck of a job with that.
It just seems like you guys have gone off to kind of hard starts and seem to fall a little bit as the game went on. Just how do you keep up the tempo?
Yeah, it's a great question. You got to sustain your defensive efforts. You got to sustain your sense of purpose on offense and take care of it. And we had some breakdowns offensively, I thought, which created opportunities for them. We've got to be better defensively for 40 minutes. I just thought we had lapses. We made a good run, and we did a terrible job of guarding the basketball in the second half. And then we just did a terrible job with our disruptions and forcing the big to pick it up and kick out. We just got caught standing too much. And how do you got to understand and be humble enough to understand that we can be a lot better, and that individually we got to improve our sense of purpose, kind of throughout a 40-minute span. Our depth isn't great right now, and so guys are playing a lot of minutes. So we got to fight through some fatigue and do a better job of that.
They started 2 for 15,
mm-hmm.
and then went on that 19-0 run. Did it feel like when that run started, when they started making shots, it was because they kind of recommitted to going inside, or were there some breakdowns?
It sure helped that we were in a lot of foul trouble at that time. The foul trouble hurt us. It really, when Phillip's not on the floor for us, that he's such a good defensive player. He's a great rebounder. He was hurting them inside, and I just felt like it gave them a shot in the arm with him not on the floor as much. Or when he was in foul trouble, maybe that defensive presence wasn't what it normally is. But yeah, they did. I thought they made a good effort to go inside early on. Wilson was missing a few of those early. And again, I thought Phillip had a lot to do with disrupting. We seemed more active around him on catches early, and I thought we lost that activity. We just got caught kind of standing a little straight-legged and not in the gaps that we need to be in. And we just gave those guys free rein moving. And you can't do that. I think when you combine them, they were, what is it? My math isn't great, but I think that's 15 to 22 from the post when you just look at Wilson and the Dillon kid. And that's not even calling Dentlinger's 2 or 3. So you can add his on there too. So yeah, that's a lot.
You alluded to it earlier, but you hold them to that 2 for 15, whatever it was early. But I think you were only up by 5 or 7. Was there a little bit of a sense at that time, like, man, we could have built this?
Yes, absolutely. Because I thought we had opportunities around the rim. We had opportunities. We had some open look opportunities. We had some great where we were really driving on closeouts and attacking the heart where we just didn't get that play made. Anytime you can attack a closeout and get it to a 5-on-4 situation, you got to make the right play, and we need shooters ready. And I just didn't feel like we finished those possessions where we had some opportunities in that first 10, 12 minutes, yeah.
How do you like where your team's at right now?
Well, a lot of it's going to be how we're going to respond. Not a lot of teams are going to come in here and win. But, my belief coming in was if we come out and really compete for 40 and play the way we can, we could have won. And I truly believe that. But so much of it is how you respond to adversity. And, we've got some experienced guys here with Marlon, Billy, and Keenan. They've been through this a little bit. And we need to, from a leadership standpoint, understand that, this is a game. Yeah, you'd like to have come in and won, but a lot of teams aren't going to come in and win here. And so we've got to, regroup. Let's have some humility and understand that there's a lot of things we can continue to improve on and get better. We had a great run in the second half, and let's build on that more. But we got to have a more consistent 40-minute effort from our team. And that's keeping that energy, effort, and enthusiasm going on both sides of the floor. And we just seem to hit a point sometimes. So I like what we can bring. I think when you got a player like Marlon, you got a post like Phillip, you got some shooters out there and some guys with some experience. You got a guy like Deshaun who can really do a lot of different things just with that physicality he brings. I think we can be a team that continue to improve. But, boy, we gotta sustain it better for 40. And if we can do that and they can really buy into that, I do believe we're a team that can beat anybody in this league. But it's so dang hard. And it's no one's ever going to roll over, and you're never going to be able to get out there and just kind of like our room for error, our margin for error is not great. So we've got to be a little more locked in on each possession on both sides of the floor.